we're going to talk about the box office. And it was an interesting weekend at the box office. Let's take a look at the results from this weekend. Coming in number one, not a big surprise, was Hotel Transylvania 3 Summer Vacation. The movie took in $44.1 million, which I got to say is a little bit more than I thought it was going to make as well. Coming in the number two spot is Ant-Man and the Wasp with another $28.8 million. We're going to talk about Ant-Man and the Wasp here a little bit more in a second. Skyscraper comes in a little bit under its projection. They were saying it could come in as high as 35, comes in at 25.4 million. Incredibles 2 brings in another $16.2 million. Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom over $1.1 billion worldwide now as it takes in another $15.5 million. But the interesting thing I want to talk about here is Ant-Man and the Wasp, making another $28.8 million. But it took a 62% drop. I found that surprising, because it's a very good movie that got very good audience scores. It got very good critic scores. It did really solid, like beat the opening weekend of the original Ant-Man. Nothing huge opened up this week. Like, yes, Hotel Transylvania 3 with $44 million. Okay, that's something, but it's not like a $100 million movie opened this week to eat up a lot more of the box office. So I gotta say, I really like Ant-Man and the Wasp. The audience clearly likes it. The critics like it. It did well opening this week. A 62% drop, I gotta say, is a little bit surprising to me. So unless it's a situation where, you know what, Incredibles 2 is still out there and doing good business, and maybe a lot of families, a lot of people after seeing Ant-Man and the Wasp on week one, they decide, you know what, I'm going to, instead of going to see it again or bring in friends to go see it, I want to take them to go see Incredibles 2 or you know, Hotel Transylvania 3, whatever. I just find it a little bit surprising that it took that much of a drop with nothing massive opening up against it at the same time, and the fact that it had positive scores across the board. So yeah, I gotta say that second weekend drop has got to be considered a disappointment for Disney. I mean, it's still good. It's approaching 300 million worldwide already. The film's doing fine, but I gotta say that I think that, you know, 280, like 62% drop, the studio's got to be looking at that and going, huh. And they've got to be disappointed with it. Now, let's see what kind of legs it has after this weekend. Maybe it'll take like just a 35% drop next weekend or something like that. We'll have to wait and see, and then we'll know for sure. All right, now before we get into our main topics today, guys,